am I the a-hole for telling my friend that she's in the same league as guys that she's calling ugly? So listen, my friend downloaded this dating app, because she's been complaining a lot that she's really wanted a boyfriend, she's feeling lonely, and she is a moderately attractive woman, I would say, like pretty average. But anyway, so since then, since she downloaded the app, she's been complaining to me that almost all the men are ugly or short, and she doesn't match with anybody on there. So I asked to see the people that she's calling ugly, and she showed me her likes. And it mostly showed people that were actually perfectly in her league, I thought, as in like moderately attractive guys. So I told her that these guys were in her league, so she should give them a chance. And since she's like complaining about not being in a relationship, right? So she denies to me that she's in the same league as them and said that she's much more attractive than them. I pointed out that in her own words, she's not matching with any of the guys that she's finding attractive. So she's not in their league. But then she said that I was being so am I?
Some of the most beautiful, well-rounded women are the most single, because it is really hard to find a equivalent high-value man that matches them on every level, that they also have a really real, genuine connection with. High-value women never have a roster, never had a roster. You don't give out your time and energy like for nothing. Women that respect themselves and are confident in what they have to offer in a relationship are quick to cut a guy off if he shows any signs of disrespect. Like, it's cut.
Is it a recession indicator that men keep asking me to go on walks for first date?
Yeah, if that's how you want to put it, a recession indicator. Or you could just say I'm kidding. Sort of. But no, the reason men are asking you to go on walks instead of actual dates is because most men are used to being used for just food. Which I know sounds silly, but when you take 5 different girls on 5 different dates in a matter of 2 weeks, and all of them ghost you afterwards, you start getting sick of taking girls on dates. So you take them for a walk, or to a local swimming pool, or something that's free. That way you can be sure that they are interested in you and not just interested in getting something for free.
I just cannot believe that I'm still 44 and single and like have no chance of being married in the next 12 months. Like, it's just not gonna happen. And I'm just so sad that like nobody wants to wife me up. Like, how is that possible? I am like the coolest, most amazing person that I know. Like, how do you meet me and not just throw yourself at my feet and be like, oh my gosh, this person is just so amazing. I've never met anyone like her, and I just love her and want to be with her for the rest of my life. How is that not happening time and time again? How are there not people lined up down the street waiting to marry me? I will never understand how anybody could meet me and not love me. But that just says a lot about you guys, you know? That says a lot about the male population and what you guys are looking for. And it's funny because the majority of people don't have any clue what they want, and I know absolutely what I want, and I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it one of these days. One of these days I'm gonna get it, but it's gonna have to be from somebody who realizes just how freaking amazing I am, because if they don't, it's just not gonna work, okay? It's just not gonna work.
This message is for any single man who is looking to date, or maybe has been told this is the way to approach women or to meet more women. You're not that person. You can feel free to scroll. If you are, I guess I want to know if someone told you that you should be approaching women in public, people you don't know, in places like grocery stores, the park. Is this advice that someone gave you, or is this like something you came up with in your own? Don't. And this is why. First of all, the audacity. Are you really gonna tell me that's why I just think it's like someone told you it's a numbers game. Just go up to this many women, you know, and you're not really thinking logically about it. Cause nope, not gonna happen. 2, we're strangers. I don't know you. You don't know me. We know nothing. The only thing in this situation that's making you come up to me is that you find me attractive. I don't feel the same way. Not at all. But I'm crazy. So I'm a stranger. My advice, become part of your community. Join a group. Go pick up trash somewhere on the weekends. Go plant native, reforest or plant native seeds somewhere. Be part of your community. Give back and get to know people. Do not go up to strangers. For me personally, I absolutely hate it. I'm out here to enjoy myself, to relax, to have fun, to exercise, or if I'm at the grocery store, I'm there to shop. I'm not there to meet people. I'm there to get food, to feed myself. And the moment someone asks me out at the grocery store, I immediately go to the checkout. Whether I have everything I want or not, I'm out of there. I'm gone. Was this advice that someone gave you? Did you read this on Reddit? Like, oh, you just gotta get out there and ask people out. Like, go up to women. It just doesn't work anymore. You're wasting your time and you're making us feel awkward. Like, I don't like those interactions. I'm not gonna go out with strangers anymore. I don't like strangers. I do not like strangers. Okay, and one more moment for the audacity. The audacity. Okay, oops.
You know, I really have to believe that some of the videos that some of these women make, it's satire. It has to be. For you to sit up here and say, I don't want a man approaching me, and then to get to the end of the video and then want to be shaking your behind. I mean, who are you doing that for? I mean, how many women on average want to see that sort of stuff? And you're not looking for a man to approach. You're not looking for the attention and validation of a man. Delusional.
I do understand why that has died down because of, I think women, when you post in men, you're trying to embarrass them for being pursuing or being intentional and try to call them names. I do think that has made more men step back and not do it or put themselves out there. But I still think that's wildly attractive. So I love that lion energy. I love the lion energy. And I think that's the role I feel like men should play in that process. But when it comes to relationship, obviously it's about being a good team. I think we make it harder than what it is, but it's about being a good team. I believe in a man being a lion about his. I like that. I think it's very attractive. I also think that the way that we have done things in society, it's kind of ruined that for men. Like women, you want to post you or say negative things about you, to where, men don't feel comfortable pursuing as much anymore because of how women have come about it. Soraya, what are you doing, Mama? Y'all, 1 second. Hold on.
All these statistics about, women are waiting later in generations to have kids and get married. I don't think that women are waiting. I think that testosterone levels are down and we can't rely on men to be husbands and fathers. So, yeah.
So once again, what I hear is it's the man's fault. No accountability. We haven't done anything wrong. We're not going to be doing anything wrong. And, men just feminine. They're not as masculine as they used to be. There's nothing that we can do. There's nothing that we've done. We haven't changed. We've actually gotten better. But a man, he's gotten worse.
Okay, I don't know who needs to hear this, but I know there's somebody out there that does. It's really, really simple. If he wanted to, he would. Yeah, if he wanted to, he would. Stop making excuses for him. Stop giving him God's grace. If he wanted to, he would. Move on, queen. You deserve better. End of story. Just remember, if he wanted to, he would. Sending you lots of love. Till next time.
I always find it funny how they can give themselves grace. There's a reason for everything that they do. But when it comes to a man, no grace, no excuses. If he wanted to, he would. When it comes to me as a woman, you got to understand there's so many parts of me that are complex. You have to understand I'm an entire calculus equation. I can't be figured out. I can't even figure my own self out. How is a lesser individual, a man, going to figure me out? But you can try, and you can start by buying my dinner.
So one of the hardest pills to swallow that I've recently had to swallow is that the reality is there's way more options for them on dating apps than it is for us, than there are for us. That's why they don't get attached, because they just have so many perfect, beautiful, amazing queens on there. And we search for so long until we're like, ooh, he's cute. And then we're like, oh my God, finally, somebody. And so when that one person out of 100 lets us down, it's way more disappointing. Especially for us we're constantly settling. And so finally we're like, oh, this person's really cute, great personality, checks off all these things. But they're seeing a million people and they have options. So they're not going to put the effort that we're putting in. And that's just the reality. And it sucks. Okay, bye.
Well, I think you're only looking at it from one side of the floor. They've already put the effort in. That's why they have all of these options. That's why you've become so unwittingly one of these options, is because they have put in the work. And now they have all of you at their disposal. And so you just have to do what you have to do. Well, I'm not settling. Okay, well, you stay there by yourself. Have your solo date is what it looks like going on right now, and be happy. But you're not happy, are you? Because you're complaining about how the man that you want doesn't want you.
As a girl in a healthy, loving relationship, I find it so hard to make friends with single girls, because majority of the girls that are single usually hate men, which is like valid, sure, but they project their insecurities onto my relationship, which is so annoying. I met this one girl, and after having told her that I've been in a long-term relationship of 4 years, she goes on to tell me that my boyfriend is more likely to cheat on me now because he's more comfortable in the relationship. Like, whatever the happened to, oh, that's so cute, are you guys gonna get married? Like, and then she goes on to trauma dump on me about her ex-boyfriend and how he cheated on her and all that, whatever. But like, newsflash, not every single guy out there will cheat on you. And if it's not that, then it's the whole, oh, your boyfriend should be paying for every single thing that you do. Why are you paying for anything? Why are you paying for your own nails? He should be paying for your rent. And I find those girls even more annoying, because I'm not expecting my boyfriend, who's literally only 25 years old, to be covering for everything. And I'm sorry, I don't know what economy you guys are living in, but you cannot be a millionaire by the age of 25, okay? Like, you're still pretty young. And he works really hard every single day. So I know that he's gonna get us somewhere. Like, I don't know how to explain to you girls that just because he's not paying for everything right now, it doesn't mean that he's not a provider man. He has a provider mindset. He's just young. Like some of you girls seriously need to get a reality check. I'm so sorry, but you just get a reality check.
Some of y'all are really not okay. I just want to highlight the fact that I just saw a woman who literally said out of her own mouth that she is not going to carry a male child to term, that she is definitely not interested in being anything other than a girl mom. And then if she had to have a male child, that he's not coming home with her. Like, she drew a line in the sand. And I just want to highlight this, because it is crazy work to say those things because you detest the male species that much. And yet those children don't exist without you laying down with one, or at least utilizing what you get from one. You really hate men that much, but you gonna give your body to one. And we just gonna let that slide. We just gonna pretend that these women are okay. that they're there. No.
Women really need to stop blaming their singleness on God and God's timing. It's become the new, I'm single because I'm picky. It's just another excuse to not take accountability. God gives us free will, and those choices that you made in your 20s are why you are single. You slept around in your 20s, guess what? That's not from God. Those were your bad choices. That was your plan, not God's plan. And the reason why you're single in your 30s, it's because of your own choices that you made. You are the reason that you are single. You wanted to have fun, find yourself, experiment. Cool, but don't complain now. Take some accountability and stop trying to portray it as God's plan. I'm so sick and tired of women not taking accountability, constantly just coming up with new ways to avoid accountability.
I heard that you want to date single moms. Well, come on then. I'll give you a few pointers.
First things first, never offer to pay for a sitter. We actually love only being available for 2 hours every other Tuesday.
And if you ever notice that the trash needs to be taken out, do not. We love being superwoman. Oh, and never text back right away. We're already so used to playing games with our kids. We love men who play games too. Oh, and don't forget about the free meals. We already handle making the food all day for the kids. What's one more mouth to feed? It'll be like having another kid.
That sounds like a personal problem. 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 Be blessed.
I'm in my mid-30s and I struggle so much to connect with women who have partners that are providers. I know this about myself. There's a level of envy in a way. I'm envious of them. And I struggle to empathize a lot of the times. Like, I really do. Because it's literally just me. Like, I have to keep a roof over my head. I have to keep up with my health. I have to keep up with my happiness. I have to keep up with my dog. I know that's first world problems. But just like all these things I'm doing by myself. And I know there are a lot of people out there that can relate. And as humans, we are not meant to be individual creatures. We haven't evolved past that. We are still meant to be communal, and we are meant to be in groups and herds and in packs. And so to be in your mid-30s doing all of this stuff, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. And it's so crazy when I think about it, because growing up, I was taught you need to be able to take care of yourself. You shouldn't depend on anybody. Definitely don't depend on a man. Like, that was a whole spiel that was ingrained over and over and over again. And I'm on my 6th apartment in New York City by myself. And that was a goal. That was always like, get your own space, take care of yourself. I'm gonna tell you right now, in my mid-30s, I hate living by myself. I hate it. I'm a communal person. I like being around people. I sleep better when I'm around people, whether it's my family, my close friends. I hate being by myself. And so I'm at this weird place where I'm just like, what do I do? I don't know. And I just know if I had a partner that was helping me balance out this stuff, I would free up so much mental and emotional capacity to accomplish and get done all of these things that I have constantly in my mind, these ideas. Like, I have so many ideas that could be life-changing, not just for me, but like, and not just for my family even. I know it could change my family's life, but for society. Like, I have all these ideas, but I'm by myself, and I can't do it. It's impossible. It's impossible. And it's crazy to try to accept that or come to terms with that. But I'm not beating myself up about it, because I'm human. And again, humans are meant to be communal. We are meant to thrive in community. And again, we haven't evolved past that. I don't know why people don't get that. We haven't evolved past that. So everybody's like, oh, block this person, don't communicate. Yeah, and then you get isolated. And then what? I'm
glad you said that. I'm really glad you said that. Well, these are first world problems. Exactly. Because the structure and the foundation is usually dealt with by men. So all of that stuff that you're complaining, no doubt about it, is hard paying the bills, making rent each month, especially in certain economies, right? But it's just part of being a regular adult. Number one. Number two, modern women have said that this is what they wanted. So, I mean, what are we complaining for when you get what you want?
This is for the single girls and single girls only. Girls, do you guys get tired of people constantly telling you you're gonna meet the one when you least expect it, or it will happen at the right time, or you're too picky, that's why you don't ever meet someone, or just focus on yourself, the right person will come at the right time? When is the right time? I get so tired of people always telling me that, and it gets really frustrating because if you're not in our shoes, you just don't understand what it feels like. And I know it will happen. I believe in God, and I also know that it will happen when God wants it to happen, but it's just very frustrating not knowing when that's going to happen. If you know, you know. So stop telling your friends that it will happen when you least expect it, because no matter what, you're always expecting it. That was all.
I know you guys know the feeling, but you know, when you're 30 years old and you're single and you're like trying to put yourself out there, and your friends are all married and they're like, oh, let's go to the D-backs game, and you're like sick, and then you think like it's gonna be a night out, and then they're like 7th inning in and they're like, yeah, let's go get some ice cream after this, and I'm like, oh, we have really different vibes of like what the night is gonna look like. So then you're like scouring for friends that are potentially out in the same area that you are so that you're at least trying to meet new people, because God knows that when you're with your married friends, you don't really meet a lot of new people, and I love them. Like, I don't blame them. Like, I want to go home and eat ice cream too, but I texted a friend and I was like, you're out, right? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, can I meet you? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, I'll be waiting. Like, I'm a pathetic loser, but here I am, putting my best foot forward, trying to just like do things as a single woman and not like go home and like cry myself to sleep. So we all know the feeling, right? Basically, I'll let you know how the night goes and if it was worth it. I don't know if it's gonna be worth it, but we're trying. We're trying.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Please take me seriously. A lot of men are DO. A lot more than you think are DO. A lot of men rather disrespect women.
Y'all say the same at the end of every month. Every time rent is due, y'all say the same stupid, dumb every time. And it always has to do with a man either being homosexual, or it has to do with a man being abusive, or like your ex, or your baby daddy that you decided to let bust up in you. If you guys just go to these accounts, they start ramping up they I hate men rhetoric posts at the end of the month because rent is due. And it's just like, it's so repetitive, bro. Aren't y'all tired? To sit here and say most men are gay is weird as hell. That's dumb. Like, that's not intelligent at all. I don't understand what is you guys' obsession with men and their sexuality. I really and I genuinely do not understand it. Half of y'all don't even know your own sexuality. It's not normal to kiss your friends. It's not normal to grope your friends. And it is not heterosexual behavior to do half the stuff y'all be doing with y'all female friends. Don't. Hey, look, the women who are constantly worried about men being DL are the women who haven't even come to terms with their own sexuality. Y'all do this at the end of every month. Can y'all please just shut up? Like, just shut up.
If you find yourself thinking about turning to women because you're tired of men, I have one piece of advice for you.
Don't. That's the advice. Don't do it. If you tired of dating men and you thinking about dating women, think again. Have y'all even exhausted all other options first? Have you tried in a new region? How about a different side of the country? How about a different country? Have you tried getting a passport? Ain't that what them doing? Get you a passport and go over there and get you one of them foreign. I thought men were easier. That's what y'all say. Y'all standards for men be so far underneath the earth is close to the core. And then you come over expecting a woman to hand you the universe on a silver platter. Lesbians are not a rehab center for y'all. Just because your heterosexual life ain't working out don't mean come over and exploit a lesbian for emotional and capital gain. Why don't y'all just date better? Just get you a different nigga, get a few. You tired of dating men? Stop dating. You can't be by yourself? You can't date yourself? You don't know how to be alone? Be alone.
Being a man that cannot help you financially when you're broke is a waste of time. That's what I've been seeing on Twitter. I forgot rent is coming up. I forgot rent is due. And I'm like, oh damn, it is that time of the month. I'm like, oh.
I truly do not understand the man hate on this app, because I think some of y'all have not met men, you have met demons. Because I've met men, I have dated many men, and some of them were demons, and then some of them, I swear to God, they're just like balls of sunshine sometimes. Like, dude, some men out there, most men actually, are some of the most simplest creatures on earth and are so easy to make happy. Like, I swear to God, you could take this man to McDonald's and get him a $1 ice cream cone. It's probably not $1 anymore. I haven't been since I was a little kid. But you could get him a $1 ice cream cone, and that man's going to be ecstatic for a week. You tell a man, oh, you look good in that hat. He's going to die wearing that hat. They're going to bury him in that hat. Men, so easy. And it's because of society treats them. Because, think about it. The only time men get flowers is at their funeral. Like, think about that for a second. That's sad as hell. That's sad as hell. Okay? And some of y'all are going to be like, Sasha, you need to decenter men from your life. I have decentered men from my life because I don't consider men just men. They're also people. They're not some, like, scary mythical figure who's out to get me. They're not the boogeyman, guys. They're men. It's 0.24% of men are predators. I didn't do well in statistics, bitch. I see. But I don't think that's a lot of them, just to be honest here. Okay, and I'm saying this as somebody who was a victim of childhood sexual abuse. I was molested at 6. I don't blame every man for what happened to me at 6. I don't blame every man for the fact my father left me when I was 6 years old and when I was in middle school to go work for Mitt Romney and Donald Trump. That's not a joke. That's true. So if anybody should be a man hater here, it's me, and I'm not, because they're human beings just like me.
So the other day I was chatting with my friend about like how they went through the hoe phase, and we were talking about like, oh, but it was actually harmful. And then I got to thinking and I was like, what even is the hoe phase? Because I think it's extremely different for young men versus young women. Because for young men, I think that the hoe phase is actually like a big confidence building exercise that society has set up. Because the more that they explore, and their exploration is rooted in genuine curiosity, hormones, novelty seeking, things that kind of have this innocent nature. And then for young women, as they do it, the more they do it, either they grow out of it or they're like, I like doing this, I'm going to keep doing it. But then for young women, I think that a lot of the times all this phase is this reenactment of objectification, because their entire life they've been conditioned to see their value through the lens of sexual desirability. So they're like subconsciously aware, hey, my value lies within my body and being wanted. So why don't I go and try to be wanted and try to be chosen, even if it is just for a single night? So young women are like taught like, hey, this is liberation. Go do your thing and do whatever you want and be curious and go out there. But nobody says, but by the way, think about the why beforehand. Try to ensure that your hormones are supporting this exploration. Because if they're not, and this is all just purely like a, hey, I just want to feel valuable for a second, that is an incredibly harmful path to go down and encourage young women to go down, to encourage their exploration. You're just encouraging like a trauma response. I don't know if moms are having that talk with their daughters, like, hey, by the way, think about the why first, but I think that they need to.
Exploration is another word for it. That is a clever word to describe what you're doing. Be safe out there.
This lady tweeted and she was like, it really don't take a lot of money to be romantic. It's really just about thoughtfulness, and that's a lot of y'all problem. And I replied, and I was like, I agree. And I was sharing how one day I was at the grocery store. My man called me, and he was like, what are you doing? And I told him, and he was like, what store? And I told him, and then we was just talking while I'm shopping. I go to check out. I get to the front of the store. He's dancing at the front of the store with a smoothie and snacks and stuff, surprising me. And I was so happy. And he rolled my cart out, put my groceries in my car, and I was happy the rest of the day with it. And they are in the quotes doing what they do on Twitter. Why didn't he pay for the groceries? Maybe I'm the problem. I would have just had him pay for the groceries. I don't even like this, because why didn't he buy the groceries? Did y'all miss the part where we were talking about how romance is not expensive? I was sharing a very small, kind, thoughtful, funny gesture that I enjoyed, that I was happy with, that I felt like was romantic in a way that I received. And y'all are in the quotes dragging the foot of it because he didn't buy the groceries. I already paid for the groceries. I could buy my own groceries. And this ain't about big things that he has done or more expensive things. We're talking about affordable ways to be romantic. And y'all are actively in the quotes making it unaffordable. And this is exactly what the problem is.
You can feel however you want to feel, but we are talking about small, affordable things. We're talking about how romance don't take a lot of money. I spent $250 on my groceries that day. I created a budget for those groceries. I wanted those groceries. That didn't even have nothing to do with him. He didn't even know I was going to the store. We don't live together. He is not my husband. He is not obligated to buy me groceries. And y'all in the comments on Twitter and the quotes just like really dragging the hell out of this for absolutely no reason. And it was just a cute gesture. That was romantic. That's it.
And I do feel like single men keep men single and single women keep women single. Because, for example, if you're in a relationship, if your man told you right now that he was going on a guy's trip with all his single friends to Miami for a week, how would you feel? Because I know I would be like, okay, I'm coming too. Like, what do you mean? There is no such thing as guy trip. Like, I'm coming too. And not because I don't trust my man, but because I know his friends are dogs. And I don't like that. Like, you don't need to be around that type of energy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, vice versa. If you're a guy and you're in a relationship and your girlfriend or your wife was to say, well, let's do girlfriend, because marriage, y'all should be a little bit more locked in that, to where you shouldn't feel like, you know, any type of way if your wife or your husband is going to go on a trip with their friends. So we going to talk about just relationships, especially like in your 20s and your 30s. If your girl was to say, I'm going to go on a girls trip with my friends to Miami for a week, or I'm going to go on a girls trip with my friends to Houston for a week, and all her friends are single, and you know how they get down, how would you feel? Yeah, exactly. And I just feel like it doesn't have to be that way, but unfortunately it is that way. Like, I know how my man's friends are, especially the single ones. Like, because if the ones in the relationships act the way that they do, I know the single ones is real just treacherous. Like, I just don't trust them. And it's like, I know that, like, men are the type to where they like hey, what happens around a guy stays around a guy's type. And I just feel like as a man in a relationship, you don't need to be around it. And vice versa for women. There's some women, not all, but some women where they know you'll be in a relationship and they'll still be like, oh, pop outside, come have drinks, whatever. It's outside with new money. And it's like, why are you telling me that? And you know I'm in a relationship. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. So it's like, you just got to be mindful of your friends, especially when you're in a relationship. Like, be mindful of your single friends, because a lot of your single friends really don't want you to be happy, and they don't want you to be in a relationship. They want you to be single like them. And this goes for the guys and this goes for the girls. I'm just saying.
I'm done keeping quiet about this. Just because a man is older and he's single does not make him the problem. Wouldn't he be the problem if he's hopping relationship from relationship and rushing into marriage? An older man who's single, he understands and knows what he wants, which gives you even more clarity that he's going to take you seriously once he commits to you. Oh, well, you know, there's a reason why he's single, for his age. How much insecurity, baggage, and trauma do you have to assume based on someone's age and relationship status, they're somehow not worthy of love? I don't understand the logic. And this goes for women too. I don't care if she's a single mother. I don't care if she's in her 30s or 40s. The fact that she's willing to wait for the right person, ooh, y'all just say stuff for no reason. Y'all just like to talk. I'm done staying quiet. I'm gonna advocate for what's right. This has been on my mind for a while, but life happens, so sometimes I don't get to talk about stuff like this. But stop that. Stop trying to sabotage other people's lifestyle because you're upset that they can fulfill and satisfy their own life without needing someone else. But that someone else could also depend on them and be happy with them. If you judge someone based on their age and relationship status and you're like, oh, your character is this way because you're older and single, that is highly uneducated. Why are you using someone's own personal life choices against them? Do you maybe want to consider and think about the fact that maybe they're single because they're trying to save up money to provide for their family? Maybe they're single because they want to work on themselves. Maybe they're single because they don't want to lead someone on. Or maybe they're single because they trust that the right person is out there and they're not gonna settle for short-term gratification. You should be concerned if a man's married or in a relationship in his 30s, but he thinks that he rushed the decision while he was in his 20s. If a man can handle being lonely, alone, no matter how old he is, that says a lot about his value and how worthy he is of love, because he's not desperate for it, he's not needy. I don't judge a man for his age and relationship status. That's ridiculous. It's ludicrous. But that's just what I'm gonna say. Stop putting so much emphasis and imperativeness on someone's age and relationship status. They can be very intelligent, they can be very likable, they can be easy to love, no matter if they're older and single. Subscribe, like, leave a comment. If you guys would like one-on-one coaching, it'll be in my bio.
Men really weren't lying when they said at the end of every month, women get on social media and make a whole bunch of content about how men ain't pay all their own bills and how they not going 50-50. The content is contenting on Twitter right now.
The truth is that most women are attracted to their form of masculinity, which masculinity to women typically leans more conservative. It just does. Because if you really thought that y'all were absolutely equal, then you would split everything equally. That's 50-50, but y'all don't want to do that. You all don't actually want liberal men that really believe that you are their equal, because then they're going to financially treat you like you're equal. But you don't want that. You don't want them. So you're either going to make it work with a more conservative man who is willing to pay for everything and not hold you accountable in those ways, or you are going to find someone who wants to hold you accountable because they actually think that they're your equal. Pick a side.
You want some head? Huh? You want some head? You want some head? Yeah. I can't say that.
Yes, you do. You know you do.
Everybody wants some head. Come on now.
Right. Can I give it to you? I'm the best. I'm the best.
You give good head.
I give great head.
I can't.
I give phenomenal head.
Then I don't doubt that, but I'm saying I can't say that. I can't say
You can find out though.
Huh?
I say you can find out though.
I can find out?
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying I can't say that
Let's
in
go.
public.
But you can find out though.
This is cool.
Look, no hands, I don't care.
I can't say that I doubt your head.
Right. But let's go.
Look, never do that again.
You just touched my titty. I hope you know that.
No, I'm sorry. Never
Don't
do
be
it.
sorry.
I know, but like, never again. I keep that shit on the
DL.
Yeah, no nobody need to know what you're working with
Right,
until
but
they
I
find
didn't
out
say
what
it to
you're
nobody
working
else.
with. I know until they find out what you're working with. Then that's when you feel me. Nice to meet you.
My name is Armani, by the way. Armani, yeah.
Duke, nice to meet you.
Of course, your name is Duke.
Yes, man. Nice to meet you, man. You have a good night,
It's
though,
so
man.
nice to meet you.
Yeah, yes, likewise. Yeah, hey,
I wasn't a believer, but I am now. I just seen a young lady. She seen Duke Dennis out in the wild, out in public. She screamed. Everybody looking like, whoa, what's going on? She run up on him, get up on him. Camera recording in selfie mode, said, Duke, you think I'm pretty? He's like, of course. He being nice, you know what I'm saying? And then she's like, you want some head? He's like, huh? Taken aback, appalled, astonished. She's like, oh no, I give great head, phenomenal head, like no hands, whatever you want, we can go right over here. He said, what? Is that not lame? You're begging to suck this man's peen? Is that not loser behavior? Jesus Christ! And he pulled her to the side. He was like, yeah, let's not do that no more. Like, you sound crazy. And she's still actually trying to take it there. He's like, no, like, whatever, just have a good night. Gave her a little side hug and went about his way. You were begging to go head to head in a public server? Where are the parents?
You should be embarrassed. You really should. This is what some of these ladies are offering to men. She's walking up to a man on the street and saying, I got this for you. I got this Gawk 7,000. So over and above. Gawk Infinity for you. It's all for you. If a man sees this, Oh, can you wife me? I saw the Duke Dennis video. Oh, you gonna judge me by that? Yes, I am. Because you are out there acting a fool. That's embarrassing. Oh, why are you worried about what other men say, what other people say? Don't be insecure. I don't care what you call me. I know what I saw. I know what was talked about. And I know a man pulled you to the side trying to tell you stop acting like you're acting. That's weird. That's very weird. Why would you say that in public? I got caught up. Exactly. Too many times some of you modern women get caught up in your emotions. And when a man says this is too much for me, I'm out, then you get mad talking about he's intimidated and he can't handle me. I don't want to handle you, especially not when you acting like this. All up in that man's face with so many women around. He pulls you off to the side to protect you from being embarrassed, and you still not trying to hear none of it. Wow.
So the internet has normalized women being losers. A lot of you do not take care of yourselves, you don't want to take care of yourselves, and you get angry at any woman who calls you out and tells you to take accountability for your own life. Every time another woman calls you out you accuse them of being mean girls, you accuse them of being pick-me's, you accuse them of trying to get male validation, simply for calling you out on the fact that your life is because of your decision. Your life is because you don't take care of yourself. And so many of you loser ass come on here thinking that other women, high-performing women, beautiful women, intelligent women, accountable women should empathize with your low-level life, should empathize with your insecurities, should empathize with the fact that you are not doing what you are supposed to do for yourself, and somehow I'm supposed to feel bad for you. I don't feel bad for you. As if it makes me a mean girl because I don't care about the struggles that you bring upon your own life, I don't care about the pain that is self-inflicted, then I guess I'm a mean girl. I do not believe in handling grown women with kid gloves. You are not a child. You are an adult. I'm going to talk to you like an adult. I'm going to talk about you like an adult. And if you're just a loser ass living a bottom of the barrel life, just say that. Nobody else is responsible for your life but you. And if you bring that to the internet, people have every right to call you out. People have every right to comment on what they see. And if you're living a bum life, then people are going to acknowledge you as a bum. It comes with the territory. So either grow up and accept the fact that people are going to call you out for the life that you're choosing to live, or B, choose to be better.
Good morning. So yesterday I had a conversation with a friend about women making more money, women with power, high-paying jobs, and how that affects dating. So my question to you guys, I'm interested in what you think. Would you date a woman who is making more money than you?